initiated a long-standing process already in the time of the Habsburg monarchy, then after 1918. All of them, of course, were Czechoslovak citizens. Part of them were people with Czechoslovak nationality, officially. A part of them, they were people with German nationality. What's specific at this time, they were bilingual, so I would say most of them were bilingual. German, Czech, or, yeah.
And just to give like context for a comparative account, let's say, the treatment of Jews in the Czech lands prior to the Second World War, would you say was better? Were they better assimilated than in other parts? Because throughout history, Christendom, there was a lot of anti-Semitism, the Crusades and so forth, but there were specific parts of Europe where Jews were treated slightly better. Could this be said about the Jewish treatment in the Czech lands?
I would say it in the following way. The Czechoslovak state, or precisely the Czechoslovak Republic, gave them the framework of a new state. So it was a space for new possibilities. Actually, they had a very similar rights in comparison with the Habsburg monarchy. The new situation was that they could become part of the Czechoslovak nation.
What year?
We are talking about the early 1920s, because the year 1921 that's the time of its conflict after the war, and it was a time when this concept of nationality appeared for the first time in the official statistics, because prior to war there was officially the so-called Umgangssprache, svatý řeč, language of everyday communication. So, and it was something different, of course, than the nationality.
Given that the protectorate of Bavaria and Moravia was directly controlled by Germany, how much does that frame the conversation about Czech complicity versus coercion in the treatment of Jews directly after the Second World War, let's say, and then we can get after 1989?
I see. So specific is the Holocaust became a huge taboo. Jews, Czechoslovak Jews, were not part of the discourse. They were not seen as victims. If there was a discussion